can't find no faith anywhere. Seems it's been replaced with raging. Something's got to give. There won't be much life left to live. Please send a sign from up above. And if I gotta choose, I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna take that away. No one can take that from me. I see what I choose to see. Reality is what you make it. So why would I ever choose hatred? I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna take that away. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. And no one can take that away.
Welcome to the Progressive Action TV show. Listen, the phone lines are open tonight. You could call in live 563-999-3714. Also, make sure that you like and subscribe to the show. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the show. And also, you could join the channel for 99 cents. You could donate via Cash App right there. And that's how that's working. That's how that's working. What's going on with y'all, man? There's so many things going on regarding, what we're doing. And this is the perfect place to get the latest information if you haven't heard or known. This is the perfect place. This is where you get the information. Right? This is where you get your information. So look, we go jump straight into it. As you see on the screen, right? U.S. inflation rose 3.7% in September, higher than economists predicted. Right? See, that's one thing that, you can't really, you can predict the economy in some form or fashion, but our economy is in turmoil, right? And then now we got the situation that's happening over there in the Middle East. Things are about to get out of control, right? And the way that these unions, and not only our union, other city unions, state unions, unions across the country, a few unions got it right. Our union definitely did not get it right. They don't never leave us a cushion to say, what if this happens? Or say, what if this breaks out? And it don't even have to be, what's going on overseas in the Middle East. It could be anything. Anything locally can affect the inflation rate, right? And the union never give us the raises or fight for the raises that we deserve. Never. And this contract was abominable when you factor in what we have been through since 2020, right? Abominable, right? So that's part of the reason as to why our union is going down as one of the worst, or this administration is going down as one of the worst in history. One of the worst in history. Trust me when I tell you. I want to put this on the screen real quick. So Metro North is hiring railcar electrical mechanics. Now, this was put up by Transit Queen. I don't know her real name. I know she's a conductor and she's starting to become very active. So salute to her. But Metro North is hiring rail car electrical mechanics, and they giving them a $15,000 bonus. $15,000 bonus. Now I already know. I already know what the MTA argument is going to be. Look, we got to do stuff to attract people to get these jobs, because if we don't attract people inside to do these jobs, we're going to have to contract the jobs out, and we have to do things to retain workers. See, one of the main reasons why the MTA is having a problem maintaining workers is because if you look into the private industry, their hourly salaries is way more than ours, especially in these mechanic titles and things of that nature. Their salaries are way higher than ours. So now what they trying to do, what they did actually was they shortchanged New York City Transit. Everybody know why they shortchanged New York City Transit. It's no secret, right? I'm not being divisive. I am not trying to start anything. This is the truth. This is what the truth does, right? The reason why we get treated the way we get treated in New York City Transit is because the majority of us are black. There's no secret about it. If you look at any society, especially in America, or any company where the people are majority black and ran in the upper ranks of the organization is ran by white people, there's normally a problem there. Especially in governmental agencies. Let me just leave it there. Governmental agencies. There's normally a problem, right? So they are able to give Metro North $15,000 because for a sign-on bonus, because most of the people who they basically robbing Peter to pay Paul is what I want to say. They robbing Peter to pay Paul. And let's be real about it. Rail car mechanics workers in Metro North, they are hired by resume. There's no test, there's no honor system, there's no nothing. Like it's they are hired by resume. And the reason why I think that there's something wrong with the hiring system in Metro North and Long Island Railroad, for them to only hire by resume and not an honor system like a civil service test or something like that, their numbers remain the same all the time. 62% white, 63% white. And this is Long Island Railroad, Metro North, right? And the black population is either 11% or 17%, nothing more than that. How can those numbers remain static like that if it's a resume? So it leads me to believe that there's a status quo over there that's keeping those numbers like that. I would like for someone to explain that to me on that side. Like I said, to call in to the show, 563-999-3714. You could jump in whenever you want. Now, I want to bring something to you guys' attention, because this is where things are about to get, serious. The union had a symposium. They had a symposium these past 2 days. And in this symposium, the issues they wanted to bring up were safeguarding disproportionately impacting groups, assaults, addressing workplace violence, access to resources, creating policy change, empowering our members through education, domestic violence awareness, working women's committee. Now, the issue with this, right? The issue with this is that our leadership is not practicing this themselves. They're not practicing this themselves. So how can they act like they want to fight for us when they not practicing this themselves? Now let's look. Safeguarding disproportionately impacting groups. What the hell does that mean? Right? Assaults. The union do not care about assaults, right? And I'm gonna get into a video from their symposium where DA Eric Gonzalez was talking about that portion. Addressing workplace violence. The union does not care about addressing workplace violence. I was a great example of that. I was a great example of that. Um, Access to resources. What resources? The union administration don't even want us have to have access to the union hall. That's why they got you need key passes to get up on the floor that we pay for, right? Creating policy change with who? How can the union say that they want to create policy change when they don't even want to change the policies that the members want, like electronic voting? Like no e-board member can be released and be on the e-board. How can they talk about policy changing when the problems that we have mostly lie within our own organization? Empowering our members through education. How like do they think that we are stupid? How can they possibly want that? They don't even give a Sharp Stewart class anymore, right? That's where the basis of education lie when it comes to educating a member on both sides, how to maneuver in this union atmosphere, and also how to deal with management. So how can you possibly want to educate members through education when they don't even do this on their own? How can they want this? Domestic violence awareness, I'm not even going to touch on that. I wish I could say more, but I can't. I wish I could say more, but I can't. Right, Richard Davis? Working Women's Committee. I mean, he done appointed about 1,500 women. I hope the Working Women's Committee is actually working right. In fact, where's the Working Women's Committee voice at that Mr. Davis, President Richard Davis, is being investigated for alleged sexual harassment claims? I'm not gonna say much about that because I know so much about that situation. Like it's really nasty, it's disgusting. But where's the Working Women's Committee regarding that? Do you guys have a voice, or you don't have no voice because if you decide to voice something, you're going to go back to the job you was hired for, bus operator, cleaner, whatever it may be. Why nobody talking about that? Why y'all not talking about that Working Women's Committee? I'm telling you, man, this whole thing is a hoax. People only care about their release time. When are we going to wake up to that? They only care about their release time. They do not care about anything else. Trust me when I tell you. They do not care about anything else but their release time. So on the first day of this symposium, um, let's look at this comment by Donald Yates. So symposium opening remarks from President Richard Davis, whom vehemently denounced the assaults of the TWU membership, also said that he would publicly make known the judges and district attorneys who look to settle cases with a slap on the wrist. Richard Davis closed by saying that he is committed to doing everything in his power to eliminate assaults and making the members feel safe. That's per BS. And when I play this next video for you guys, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. But that is pure BS. right? I remember when we had that rally at East New York Depot, it was said, and I should have pulled the video, but it was said that if there's one more assault, they're going to shut the city down. There was about 15, 20 more assaults. The city was not shut down. So all of this gaslighting, smoke screen, they don't mean what they say at all. They do not mean what they say, specifically speaking, Richard Davis. Now, I want to point out exactly what he said. He said that the assaults of TWU members, that he would publicly make known the judges and district attorneys who look to settle cases with a slap on the wrist. Richard Davis closed by saying, let me show you how much of a hypocrite that they are. Check out this video.
The burden on the MTA and its leadership to figure out ways of keeping its employees, your union brothers and sisters, safe. And as much, conversation and newsworthiness of fare evasion throughout the system that the MTA has talked about, you just don't hear that when it comes to your safety. The cash box has gotten way more attention than the safety of workers, and this meeting today is so important because it's saying that victimization, like you relying on the DA to prosecute a case, that's about trying to hold someone accountable for what they've done, but that doesn't keep you safe.
Nope. Right.
What keeps you safe is smart efforts by the system to protect you long term, and we play our role, right? The police have to come and track down the people, the DA has to prosecute it, the judges have to do what they're supposed to do. But this conversation about safety, and I think this is what the borough president also sort of, was talking about, is what is the MTA doing day to day to make sure you're safe?
Right.
What are the things that they...
I want to stop it right there. This was some total BS. Total BS. I want to rewind this part real quick.
This meeting today is so important because it's saying that victimization, like you relying on the DA to prosecute a case, that's about trying to hold someone accountable for what they've done, but that doesn't keep you safe.
Nope.
How holding people accountable is not keeping people safe? If you do not set an example that you cannot assault transit workers, what kind of message do you send to people who want to assault us? Many people know that if they assault us, they could get away with it. So what kind of message are you sending for them? Let's continue.
Right.
What keeps you safe is smart efforts by the system to protect you long term, and we play our role, right? The police have to come and track down the people, the DA has to prosecute it, the judges have to do what they're supposed to do. But this conversation about safety, and I think this is what the borough president also sort of, was talking about, is what is the MTA doing day to day to make sure you're safe?
Right.
What are the things that...
Now, y'all know my position with the MTA. And the MTA does play a huge role in this. But the MTA, the DA, and the police officers must work hand in hand to protect us. Furthermore, what is our union administration doing to protect us? Let's continue.
They can do in redesigning safety measures. How are they working with the police to make sure that they're undercover officers on the buses or places? What's being done to design the system? Like any other corporate entity, if there was issues of safety, they have to figure that piece out. They can't just simply rely on, well, you've been hurt, now we're calling the police, and if we arrest enough people, it'll get better. The reality of this is, and this is a union that cares about social justice, I know this, I could
You know that this is a union that cares about social justice. That is a blatant lie. A blatant lie. Let me know what social justice this union cares about. Let's continue.
tell you confidently that this is not we're not going to arrest our way to public safety on the transit system. It has to be about forward-thinking leadership. And again, I just want to thank.
So, Mr. Gonzalez, I have a question. You talking about adding more police officers, adding undercover officers, and things of that nature. And then you say we can't arrest ourselves our way out of this problem. So what's the sense of adding more police officers? Especially when you said undercover officers. See, uniform officers are more likely to deter crime than an undercover officer. An undercover officer will arrest someone after catching the person in the act. They do not deter crime, right? So you want an undercover officer to arrest someone, and then you say we're not going to be able to arrest ourselves out of this problem. Y'all see the games they play with us? Check it out. Let's continue.
The union for hosting this, because these are the burden on the MTA.
Do y'all see the problem? Y'all see the games that they play? I mean, he was taught, he was burning the candle from both ends. We need more police officers, undercover officers, but at the same time, we're not going to be able to arrest ourselves out of this problem. And the MTA got to set up policies. And no, the problem is the DA office. The problem is the legislative system, right? There should be, you want to send a clear message and say, hey, transit workers are not to be messed with. You make a mandatory minimum. It's as simple as that. If you want to send a clear message to people who assault transit workers, you make a mandatory minimum. There's no other way to address it or go around it. Mandatory minimum. That's it. So now, back to Donald Yates' statement. I want to bring that back up again. The DA in their face told them that we're not going to be able to arrest our way out of this. But at the same time, Richard Davis said he would publicly make known the judges and district attorneys who look to settle cases with a slap on the wrist. Isn't that what Eric Gonzalez basically said? Isn't that what he basically said? He basically told them, hey, we're not going to be able to arrest ourselves out of this. So Richie Davis, why are you talking about holding DAs accountable if he's telling you to your face that we're not going to be able to arrest ourselves out of this problem? Explain that. See that when they put these symposiums and things together, it's all for a smokescreen. It's all a smokescreen. They don't care. They could give two sugar honey iced teas about our true safety. This was all gaslighting. And this was done because Richard Davis knows that he's in the very near future, he's going to be in some hot water when this whole entire story comes out. And what I love about it is that, let me not say too much because I want to continue the show. But look how hypocritical they are. Thank you, Brooklyn DA, for inspiring us and advocating for the right of the transit workforce to be safe on the job. I mean, is that something brand new? Hey, DA said that, we should be safe on the job, but at the same time, we can't arrest ourselves out of this problem. So what he really means is that if we can't arrest ourselves out of this problem, he's saying that we can't prosecute ourselves out of this problem either. That's what he's saying, right? And we must remember that DAs are political figures. They are elected in. And when you're dealing with a lot of these politicians, You know, they just going to tell you what you want to hear. They not going to do what's right. They going to tell you what they want to hear. I would love to interview DA Eric Gonzalez and have a real conversation with him. Not none of this, you know, because I the thing is that it's not him, right? He's saying that we're not going to arrest ourselves out of the situation, but it's the union who's applauding this. Like, it doesn't make any sense. If we aren't going to arrest ourselves out of this problem, then we're not going to prosecute ourselves out of this problem either, because in order to get prosecuted, you must be arrested. So he basically telling us what it is. He's basically telling us what it is. And guess what? It's BS. Shout out, I think this is my cousin right here. Shout out for the super chat, $10 super chat. Thanks, cuz. Oh, let's celebrate that's her first super on live stream. Thank you. If you want to donate to the platform, Progressive Action 100, you want to join the channel, it's 99 cents, only 99 cents for the month. And you can send in super chats. Oh, forgot to tell y'all. I ain't forget to tell y'all. I'm just getting to it. Did y'all see the truck in front of the Union Hall? They know who did that. They acting like they don't know who did that. They know who did that truck. They know who did that truck. Y'all seen the truck? Did y'all see the truck? Let me play the truck for y'all real quick. He know who did that. He know who did that. And it's only going to be more to come. It's only going to be more to come. Especially Richie. When this rest of this story come out, oh man. I'm going to be every event that you attend, that truck is going to be there. That truck is going to visit every depot. Because you're not doing the right thing. Like you're literally going to embarrass the union, and you know what's coming down the pipeline, sir. You know absolutely what's coming down the pipeline, and instead of saving the union embarrassment, you're like, F it, I'm going to go down in flames. I'm going to take the union with me. You know what's coming down the pipeline. I don't have to say much. But you want to go out in flames? It's cool. And then for the people inside the union who act like they do not know what's going on. Let me play this video for you guys. Because they want to play crazy themselves. Check it out.
How do you feel about the allegations against Richard Davis in the video?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The video's right there. How do you all feel about what the truck is saying about Richard Davis, the allegations of sexual harassment, representing rich carriage owners that are screwing over their workers, enabling animal abuse? How do you all feel about that? No response? Nothing? Nothing? Okay. Well, the video's here all day. Plenty of time to really look it over carefully, and I'll come back to you for your thoughts. Okay. Roger and Ebert will get back to me later.
Upstairs, I'm gonna look up your account and I'll check and see what that means.
If anyone knows Richard Davis and his behavior, it is those two men in the video. Donald Yates, Vice President Donald Yates, Map Store, and Division Chair, Manhattan, Sean Battaglia. If anyone knows about those allegations, it's them two. For that first guy, I don't even know who he is. I believe I seen him somewhere before. He knows what's going on. They all know what's going on. They all know. But they keep aligning themselves with this guy, knowing what's to come down the pipeline. The reason why they don't want to say anything is not because it's right or wrong. It's about their release time. It's about their position in its union. It's not about anything else. It's not about nothing else. That's what it's about. And Davis, I mean, today he had people actually coming down there, you know, trying to get at my people. See if I got this other video real quick. But they know what's going on. They know what's going on. And for them to act like they don't know what's going on is mind-boggling. So I'm saying it. Let me put this video for you guys. It's mind-boggling as to why the silence, and they are part of the problem. When you are silent like that, you are enabling this guy's behavior. Let's look at this next video.
Richard Davis is abusing horses and mistreating workers, and we're not going to shut up about it. Not going to shut up about it.
Stop recording me.
We're in public. I can record. It's allowed.
No, you can't record me.
Yes, everyone can record in public. You're on a public street. I know the laws. So this is the woman with the event staff. She was screaming at me earlier.
Yeah.
She told me I wasn't allowed to film her.
I said investigate. That's it. You pick a soft target. That's what's gonna happen. I get it. You know,
Everybody got their own.
political motivation is important for some people, and you know that's what we live in America. It's a great place to be. Somebody that cares.
So Davis sends people downstairs to scream at the person who I have filming. Then wasn't they having a symposium about violence and all this other stuff? And Davis sends, you know, his event staff. She had an event staff shirt. Sends his event staff down there for what? You know what I'm saying? Like this is beyond crazy, right? Now, Richie, I'm telling you this. It's not going to get easier for you. You know, I'm gonna continue to say this. You know what's to come. You know exactly what's to come. All of these fake Facebook pages making up lies and trying to spew lies and all that other stuff, it's just going to make it worse for you. Somebody called me. I mean, I called someone the other day and they asked me, would I ever speak to him? Right? It took a lot for me last year to meet with Davis because I always felt that he was a sellout, but I also thought that he was going to make a turn and make this union, you know, great. And like I said, when I met him, he was talking about, you know, changing the top four, not messing with Chiarello, mad at Samuelson. He was talking a whole bunch of pro-black stuff. And I guess he was trying to tell me things that he figured that will excite me. Don't, with the pro-black stuff. He's telling me don't run against Canella. Canella go be very upset if you run against him and things of that nature, right? I sat down with him and he basically turned on me at the mass membership meeting. And then a couple of weeks after that, that's when the assault happened. Would I ever talk to Davis? I don't think that there's nothing to talk about. I would rather see the action that he said that he was going to do to straighten out this union. Instead, he empowered them. Right? So he's a fraud. And then, I can't stand next to him because of these allegations that he got coming down the pipeline. Like, there's no way around that. It's nasty. It's despicable. It's disgraceful. And it's going to hurt this union if he doesn't step down. And all the people that, he got released, he's a funny guy. When he first became president, I think he said that he's the first president in history to release X amount of women. No women has ever been, this amount of women has never been released ever by a president. But there was a reason why he was doing that. Because he thinking that releasing women would not, or shield him from looking like the monster that he is. Right? He think in his head, the way his wheels is turning, like if I release all these women, then nobody won't look at me this way or whatever the case is. But when you hear the stories of who he is behind closed doors, and it's deeper than sexual harassment. And I just can't, I can't believe it, man. Like, this guy really trying to go down in flames. And it's not even like he's doing amazing things for this union. He sold us out during this contract. So many union reps who's released under his administration has come to me and said, Trammell, something isn't right, specifically with comp. Something is not right. The MTA is arbitrarily, unilaterally denying people's differential. Automatically after the contract, people who was getting differential, now their differential is stopping. Then we see the side letter with the 3 sick days, and this guy's not even intelligent. You can't, in his 20-something years on the job, name 10 things that he did to make this union a day better. Can you name 10 things that he has done to make this union a day better? You can't name anything. He's a waste. A complete waste. Sometimes they say, you got to be careful what you ask for. See, Utano, I don't feel like Utano was smart or a fighter. But one thing that he had the respect of, I believe, his staff to keep them, forward in some form of fashion. Samuelson the same way. I think that Samuelson, I think that he knows some, I don't think that Samuelson is an idiot. But he's a politician. He wants to be in that realm. So whatever he needs to do to sell us out, see, they have no problem selling out the majority black part of the workforce. You see how Samuelson is fighting for Metro North? Oh man, they attacking what's his name? Liba. They going after him. They making flyers, commercials. I think they doing trucks. They going after this guy. Where was that energy for us? Where was that same energy for us? And this is a part of the political spectrum that you must pay attention to. They will sell out the mostly black faction of an organization to make themselves look good to another faction of the organization. And like I said, me talking about this, I'm not being divisive to my Caucasian brothers and sisters. This thing is called collateral damage is real. In order for them to capture most of us black people, guess what? Some white people will get caught up in the fray also. You're not going to get anything separate or differently than us. People look at the majority. And in the union, we must fight as a collective. What's not good for us is not good for you. You know, a lot of the like with this Bill Bresnan guy. I mean, he threatens me. Everything that I do, he criticizes it. That's cool. I'm on the stage for that. But my brother, are you doing any of this work? Are you fighting for the members? Like, what are you doing? So you got clowns like that want to attack the people who's doing the work, which makes absolutely no sense. It makes absolutely no sense what they're doing. If you want to tap in, go call in live 563-999-3714. Call in. But it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Let me see if I could share my screen. Have you guys looked at the union website? And this is why I call it the party and BS union. Let me see if I could pull this up. This is why I call it the party and BS union. Let me get this going. It's more partying on for this union than anything else. They don't care about nothing else. They don't care about nothing else. Trust me when I tell you, they do not care about nothing else. Let me make this a little bigger. They don't care about nothing else, people. Trust me when I tell you. I want to show you the what the union website is looking like now. I love this technology. I promise you, I love this technology. Let's look at what they look at this. Look at this. RP to bus operator Sam Johnson, 97 years old. Celebration. A gaslighting event, the symposium. We Move New York Invitational. Y'all definitely need to check that out. I like that. You know what's so crazy? They co-opting this event just to give themselves clout. This is done by Haron Wilson. He's a dispatcher in Map Store. This is his event. The union want to co-opt it. They got to get with supervision to do an event with us. Man, get them out of here. RP Joseph Semino, 62 years old. Another smokescreen event. David Samuelson addressed SAG after rally at NBC Studios, right? They didn't fight for us like that. Our sisters still need help. I said this on the last show. I mean, I wish, why don't they just do a GoFundMe and get that going? Like, why we got to jump through all these different hoops? Do a GoFundMe, point it to her family, and that's it. Let's keep it pushing. A soulful African American Day parade. So look, y'all get the point. The point is this. There's more party and BS in this union than actual fighting work. That's what this is about. Right? There's more party and BS in this union than actual work. Is this what we got going on, people? This is what y'all want to accept. Is this what you guys want to accept? Let me know. Let me know if this is what you guys are willing to accept. I mean, I just don't get it, man. So, let me touch on this too. So, and I just want to clear this up. I put out a story the other day about, the retirees are fighting wrong, right? And I'm gonna stand by that, right? They trying to compare themselves what happened to the city to us, right? And they are gravitating to a woman named Marianne Pizzatola. I think that's her last name. I mean, she's the truth, right? Her fight is definitely on point. If I were, first of all, let me back this up. Marianne led a charge for city workers when the city was trying to unilaterally implement this new healthcare change to retirees. It wasn't contractual. It wasn't none of that. They just tried to unilaterally do it. Marianne organized, mobilized, and basically got the city to stop it. Our union put it inside the contract. And anyone who knows how this works is that if you sign an agreement, it could become more powerful than law. We elect people to represent us, to have our best interests. The problem is that the people who's doing the negotiating for us, it may not be that they don't have our best interests. It's just simply that they aren't smart. They are not smart. And that's one of the main issues, right? So our Medicare Advantage was done contractually. The rest of the cities was attempted to be done through some unilateral thing that Eric Adams tried to do, right? So I don't understand what the retirees' fight is. Now they also said in their what was that? Their what you call that? Their petition. Why are they doing petitions? Petitions are one of the most passive aggressive ways to fight. You're gonna get these petition, and then who do you take it to? The person who sold you out and said, "Hey, you did this wrong." Like somebody let me know what kind of sense does it make, right? Because I'm trying to be real about this. If y'all want to be delusioned about this whole thing, then go ahead and be delusioned about it. Nothing is going to get done, right? And their fight is not going to move forward unless active people get involved. We can put pressure, but it's contractual. It's contractual. And then they had a retiree symposium at the Brooklyn Marriott. That people was just going there for information. Nobody there was really protesting anything. Like, why didn't they have a rally at the Brooklyn Marriott? And we talking about people who have criticized progressive action thousands of times. Talking about where's our fight? Where's this? Where's that? Where was they fight? I'm not being divisive. I'm speaking in truth and reality. So they must find a new way or a different approach to this whole thing, because a petition is not going to make no sense. They was like, yeah, we need a retiree to be on the board, which wasn't whichever, wherever they said they wanted the retiree to have a voice. They got retired. James Mazzella, Momo, he's a retiree. He's in charge of the retiree committee now, right? You have Utano, he's a retiree. He's a part of the union, right? So what they really want to say is that, you know what, we want retirees from the opposition to have a voice in this. That's what they really want to say, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And there needs to be a serious reality check to our fight in general. We see the lack of fight was going on here. And another thing is, the biggest retiree that we have is a former president, Roger Toussaint. Where is he at? Why didn't I see his name on this petition or anything like that? This is a perfect fight for Roger. This is a perfect fight for Roger. The retirees should not be leaning on Marianne under any circumstance. Roger Toussaint is a retiree. Where is Roger Toussaint? This is a perfect fight for Roger, and I'm quite sure that Roger, he probably have a plan to fight this, or he's probably thinking like I'm thinking. You know, they signed off on it. What could we do? But I do find it strange that he has not joined this fight yet. He's not leading it. He's not championing it. But I did see him at the strike in Atlanta at the UAW strike. You know, it is what it is. But I'm not trying to be divisive with the retirees. But what's truth is truth. What's real is real. The union signed off on it. They're supposed to have our best interests, and it is what it is for now. We are all in trouble. You know, we are the future retirees. We get it. We are all in trouble. But the truth is that when the opposition, these same retirees, when they left this union, when they retired, they left us with nothing to work with. They didn't leave us with no structure. They didn't leave us with no team. We had to basically find our own way. And if progressive action was never in the picture, I don't know where we would be, how organized we would be, because everybody who tried to come after us, it's not working for them. So we understand that we have a big voice, we have a big platform. I'm definitely looking for other people to add to the platform. If a retiree want to host their own show on Progressive Action TV, I'm not against that. If members from other departments want to host a show on Progressive Action TV, I am not against that. I want this platform to grow with other departments. Right now, the voice is led by Chris Drummond and myself. We want people from MOW. We want someone from buses. We want someone from stations to have their own show to speak specifically to that department issues and tie all our issues in together to show how, you know, the issues is not exclusive, may not be exclusive to this one department, but how it affects everyone. I want that. You know, I want this platform to grow. But, you know, what I come to notice is that, you know, everybody don't have the personality to actually do this. A lot of people don't have the information and they feel like, you know, they don't want to look foolish. You don't have to worry about that. You got to get out there and speak to what you know. And if you don't know, we do have great resources that you could tap into. We want women on the platform to talk about women issues. And we want this to be a repetitive thing. You know, we want this to be a constant thing. So if you're interested in getting involved with the platform and you want to have your own show on the platform, I'm about to step all this stuff up. You would have to invest in yourself to make your show look like a show. The same way how Roberto